She starts looking pretty small without fenders and tires on her. She's rough and gritty. She was shot. No, there was no seal in the retainer. None at all. Hi, and welcome back to the Rusty Ridge Acres YouTube channel, where this week we're back working on a little Farmall Cub. I call this one 2.0. I've got two of them. This one's 2.0. I call that one Rusty. That was my first one. I bought this one as parts, then decided it's too good of a tractor just to part out. So if you've seen them, I've got another video where I put it back together, new dit radiator. I wanted to use it for mowing, but the PTO is not working. How these work on these Cubs, we've got an input shaft, comes all the way from here at the bell housing, comes off the clutch, goes all the way through the torque tube, through the transmission, and then this PTO housing slides in, and there's a coupling that links the two together by sliding this lever back together. It locks the two together. But what I think is going on is that input shaft, the splines are wore. Years of use and abuse. What I'm going to do is tear it apart, replace the transmission. I bought another, basically half a Cub. So here's the second, the parts. I picked this one up a couple weeks ago for parts. It's basically the back half of a Cub, from the bell housing to the PTO. I've got the PTO housing. It's actually in 2.0 right now because I thought that was my problem. But after trial and error, found out that ain't my problem at all. So what I'm going to do is take this transmission, strip it down to where it's just the transmission and the input shaft, get the final drives off, put this transmission in the other tractor. But before I do that, you can see this one's oily, rusty, crusty. I got the pressure washer out. I'm going to fire it up. I'm going to pressure wash that. Pressure wash 2.0, and figured since I'm pressure washing that much, it ain't going to hurt to go ahead and pressure wash Rusty. Give him a good cleaning once, because I kind of did a quick wash on him when I first got him. That's been 5 years ago. He ain't really had a good washing since. So he's going to get washed. So I'm going to set you down, put you on time lapse here, and we're going to wash some tractors. Okay, so my pressure washer ran out of gas while I was pressure washing this part, but I'm going to go ahead, I think, and start dismantling, get it taken apart, getting parts over to the concrete. I'll refuel the pressure washer later and pressure wash what needs pressure washed. So I'm going to start by taking this final drive off, removed transmission. Okay, let me show you what I did. These Farmall Cubs for sure. I think maybe all the Cultivision tractors that Farmall made, they articulate here on this pin. That's where you get your left and right articulation from. So anytime you jack them up, you need to put blocks in, like these, to keep it from being able to tilt. Because I've seen videos where people didn't do it, jack them up, they dump off to the side because the weight's offset. It's not in the center of it. Okay, we're back working on the little Cub. It's been a couple days. I did a little bit off air work. I got the seat removed, pedals disconnected, and got the floorboard loosened up, where she's ready to come off. Next up, remove the wheels. I've already went ahead and broke these loose. There's one wheel removed. Let's go pull the other one. There's wheel number 2. Wheel number 2 removed. I'm just going to lay it down here. There she is. But now that that's off, and see, now she's fairly stable. I've got my jack under it. Okay, so I'm going to take fenders off. And with that, one fender removed. Okay, we'll go to the other side. And there's another fender off. Starts looking pretty small without fenders and tires on her. Next, I guess I'm going to go ahead and finish removing this vinyl here. Vinyl drive, I call it vinyl. They're called vinyl drives, same thing. But I'm going to go ahead and remove this one. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this other vinyl. It's set up a little different. On this side, you just got the vinyl go straight into the transmission. This side, you've got an axle to give you your offset. Axle here gives you your offset. Then you've got your vinyl way out here. So I've got both vinyl, pull it off. Then I can remove the axle stub. Give her a whack. There we go. Oh. Next, we're going to take this axle off. And here we go. There we go. Casting ain't crazy heavy. And this seal definitely was leaking. I guess I'll start unbolting the transmission bolts. It takes transmission off. Okay. Alrighty. Until I get some parts. We'll see you then. Okay, so it's been a couple days. Parts finally came in for the transmission, the seals and stuff here. So I've cleaned it up. Let me get a different wrench. I grabbed the wrong one. So I've got my 1/2" wrench here. I'm going to take the retainer. Well, I'm going to take the whole shaft out. But I want to replace this retainer seal. And I want to take the shaft out because I've got a new bushing, pilot bushing for the end of the shaft where the PTO shaft goes into it. I'm going to go ahead and replace that just so I know it's good. And I'm betting the shaft has never been out of this transmission. Retainer, at least the retainer here, retainer seal, excuse me, has the original IH part number on it. It was replaced. It's been a long time ago. And I was able to get original IH stuff yet. Not saying you can't still, but it's starting to get kind of tough. Okay. Should just take a screwdriver or a pry bar and pry on that and pop it out. Hold on. Pop this out. The other one, it came right out. Didn't take much persuading. There. I just had to get a little rougher with it. And I just pressure washed this. So I'm going to change fluid probably twice before I put it back together. Okay, and that's what I'm going to replace. And it needs, I can see the spring. I'll show you here once I get it out. The spring is coming out of the seal, and it's old. Like I said, you can still see, let me clean this up a little bit. You can still see that that's a national, well, let me zoom out here, see if that helps me with my focus. Camera ain't got real great focus on tight, close stuff, but it's there. It's a national 350865R91 seal on there. And best I could tell by the casting date stamped on the parts on this transmission and torque tube and the finals, I think this is like a 48 or 49. The same, somebody parted it out, but you don't know what the rest of the story was with it. It could have had a cracked block, cracked bolster, a number of things where it just wasn't feasible to the owner to repair it. Okay, so that's out. Bearing is in good shape. Let me show you the bearing on the one I just took out. And you hear it? She's rough and gritty. She was shot. Because I'm going to venture to say it was not getting any oil for a long time. Or keeping oil. Because whenever I took this apart, one, the retainer was on backwards on it. Because I think I put it back on the right way after I took it apart. Yeah. But it was on backwards. So that would take up some of the slop, making my PTO not want to engage. Two, there was no seal on it. When I showed you, I think I showed it on film the other day when I took this apart, when I took the transmission out. But there was a bunch of oil up in the torque tube, and I thought it was the bottom seal, this one. Thought it was bad. No, there was no seal in the retainer. None at all. Well, I got the two shafts out. I'm going to look here at the splines where my input is. Oh yeah. The one I'm taking out is wore down big time. This one ain't perfectly square anymore. I don't know how good this will show up on camera. And here's the one I'm taking out. These splines are rounded pretty bad. Whereas these are more sharp. They're a little rounded, but they're a lot more sharp. Got my seals for the output for the axles. Pair them. My new input shaft retainer with seal and gasket all together. And went ahead, picked up the bushing for the end. Hard to see. And the PTO clutch. In case mine's got wear. Trying to eliminate as much. I know I could have bought a new shaft, but trying not to spend that much money because they ain't cheap. So we're going to see if we can reinstall the shaft. Hopefully my gears didn't move too much. Bam! She is seated. Okay, so now this can only go, apparently the holes only go one way. And I'm betting to say this notch here is for oil to drain back to the bearing. See if I can get a bolt started. People always, I've seen on the Farmall Cub forum, people talking about the retainer seal getting, the retainer getting put in backwards. I guess if you just put the retainer, or put a new seal in your retainer, maybe while you had the part, you might. But with the seal in it, I mean, you can put the seal in the retainer backwards, is what I'm trying to say. But when you buy one with the seal in it, it's pretty straightforward. The way 90% of seals work, that I've ever seen, it only makes sense to go one way. Okay. Now, I'm going to see about the differential seals. And get them popped out and new ones put in. There we go. Alrighty. Let me move a couple things, get you set up for trying to install this puppy. Okay. And we go. I'm gonna try to install this. Hopefully I can hit my pilot bushing up there in the clutch. But here goes nothing. Never installed one of these before, so okay. I made it that far. Probably to the pilot bushing, I'm imagining. Or its blinds, rather. Try to turn my pin in here. See if that'll turn my input shaft. In here. That's got a dowel, it's got to go. Where's that dowel go? I've got 2 bolt holes, and I've got a dowel down. Do I have a... I'm going to try to put a dowel into a dowel. Yep. And if I can get my exhaust out of the way, maybe one dowel can push out the other. No, but I think that's what I'm up against. Let me try driving that dowel out of my torque tube. I swear if it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't another, it's something else. Yeah, as you can see right there, I've got a dowel right there. There's a dowel in this transmission. Well, the same dowel is in my torque tube. So I'm going to see if I can get that out of there. I know this ain't really the right thing to try driving dowel with, but guess what? It just worked. I'd like to get this hung before I stop for the night. Okay, one dowel removed. Now, and I'm going to say I just went together. Let me throw a couple bolts at it. Boy, I sure hope this fixes my PTO problem. I know. I probably should have bought a new shaft. Took a lot more guesswork out of it, but on this particular tractor, I'm trying not to spend too much. Now, if this fixes this one, this winter, I'll probably share that one, my other Cub here. That one. Down. I'll probably make a better stand for it. So I'll probably take the torque tube off, probably put a clutch in, new rear main, drop the pan, check the main bearings, rod bearings while I've got it apart, and fix anything that's an issue while I've got it apart. And put it, like I said, if this fixes this, then do the same thing that new shaft, all new seals, new clutch, new PTO clutch. That'll be on a future video for that one. It'll get that one a little more partial too. That was my first one. My first tractor that I ever owned myself. Period. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these bolts up, and then I think we will call that a night. Got some new brakes for it while I'm working on it. These are new old stock aftermarket brakes. Yeah, I think I said that right. You can see new linings on them. And it's all new, just old stock. Ought to fit it perfect. Ought to last it probably as long as I'm ever going to run it. If they lasted 40, 50 years original, I probably won't be running it that long. If I'm still running one of these in 40 years, whew, I'd like to be able to, but I doubt it. But yeah. So, I'll come back tomorrow night, try to hang some finals on it, them slapped on, get brakes put on them installed, and hopefully be able to wrap this project up. So, we'll see you then. Okay, and I'm back, working on the Cub here, replacing the axle on the stub. That way, I can get my seat platform bolted back up. Okay, this axle's down. Give a huge thanks to the people at JP Tractor Salvage John. I want to give a huge shout out to people at JP Tractor Salvage. Yeah, tongue tied. For getting me these brakes. Not sponsor, I paid for them. But I'm thanking them because I ordered them on Friday. It was after 2 o'clock on a Friday. I ordered them this past Friday. Monday evening when I got home, they're sitting on my porch. That's pretty good service. I didn't expect them to ship till Monday. And I know they had to be at my house before 3 because that's when my wife had left that day. So they were on it. And I appreciate it. Okay, folks, gotta stop filming for a minute because we're starting to get rain. So I'm gonna go in for a little bit. If it blows over, I'll be back out. If not, I'll be back out tomorrow. Okay, so I got both panels back on. I think I might have had my microphone off when I was talking about putting this one on. I got it put on. Got my brake pin in. Had a little trouble with that on both, but I got them. And I think I'm ready to put some wheels back on this thing. Wheels and tires back on. I'm going to go back to the stance it had. These Cubs got several different wheel spacings you can go with. It's kind of crazy. Flip your wheel, flip the center, then flip the wheel again, which, depending on what implement you're running, changes what your center is. Your wheel spacing. But just for mowing, I'm going to go back to what it had, which I'd love to get it set front wheels tonight yet. That rain threw me off. Of course, what I was going to get done tonight. But we needed it. It's been dry. Alrighty. On the other one will pretty much be the same. Once these are on the ground, I'll torque them down a little better. I'll tighten them up a little more. Put it that way. Okay, so it's been a couple days. We're back on the Cub. Done a few things off camera to it. Can't remember where I left off, but I got the platform operator's platform. Operator's platform mounted up, brakes hooked up, and I think adjusted pretty close. I may need to do a little fine tuning on my adjustments. That one seems a little tight, but we'll see. PTO is back in. Got it installed with the new PTO clutch, they call it. And I went ahead and got a hold of JP's Tractor Salvage. Got a new shifter fork for the, I call it a shifter fork, shifter lever for the PTO. Yeah, but here's the clutch. Replaced it in case mine was wore. And here's my old lever. The old lever wore down pretty bad. Can't really see it too great in the video. See if I can zoom. Yeah, replace the shifter fork and just kind of buttoned up a few other little things. Wheels and tires all back on. She is just about ready to start up again. Got to reroute my battery cable back up, but I'm going to clean up a little bit the stuff. I had the mower on this tractor my last attempt trying to get it to work. If this fixes this tractor, I'll be doing the same thing to this one. Probably this fall or winter. I'll buy a shaft for it and keep my transmission, just put a new shaft in and redo a few things. But hopefully that fixes it. And so I'm going to clean up a little bit and I'll get back with you. Okay, so I've cleaned a few things up and I made a discovery here. starting to put the mower back on, I found something very helpful. I've got some of these car wheel dollies. If you're lucky enough to have a flat, hard surface like I do here, I lifted it up, put them on them, and it made it rolling under it so much easier. I'm going to finish mounting up the mower, and I'll get back to you when I'm done. Okay, so I've picked up a little bit. Got the mower deck put back on. Topped off my transmission rear end. Then topped off. Before I put the mower deck on, I went ahead and checked my final drives, filled them up. I know they leaked out a little bit when they were setting. So, I'm going to start her up, and we're going to see if we're going to start her up and see if we got a fix here. I don't know yet. I've started it, but I haven't tried a PTO yet. I'll be honest. So here we go. Okay. Pop up We'll try mowing with it, see how it does. I'll let you know. It's been a few days. I've worked out most of the kinks with it, with the little Cub. Got the deck adjusted up higher where I can mow a little better. And as you can see, I've been mowing this morning with it. This whole hillside was nothing but tall fescue, Johnson grass, weeds. So we're going to finish mowing this, and I'll let you watch while I mow here. See how she does. Okay, so there you have it. From what was destined to be a parts tractor or scrap, I've turned into a running mobile machine. Did pretty good using it as a brush hog. I've got a little bit more to finish up mowing. Try finishing that area down there. Maybe a little bit around a little shed over here. But that's going to do it for this video. We wanted to see if we could get it back into using condition, and I have. Since that fix works on this one, I feel confident going forward on trying it on my other one. So that'll probably be some point this winter. We'll see you next time.